You're really gonna fucking suck this week, aren't you?
Good morning.
Happy
How you doing?
Tuesday. I'm doing okay.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was all right. That's a story for off air. But how about you? Heard some pretty big things happen.
I mean, pretty chill weekend. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing too major. So that's good. Just hanging out. Had some people over. Watched a TV show.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
it was good. It was good, man. But hey, happy to see you. We're ready to talk some wrestling with you.
That is great. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. The podcast, Dad. The floor is yours. You have
No.
This is what we need to do. Let's just get it out of the way.
No. We have guests. Let's get to our plug. Let's get to our interview. Hey, we'll talk.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I got 6 months to talk. Actually, 365 days to talk. So
this just gets worse. Okay. Anyway, guys, welcome to episode 296 of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Make sure to follow us on X at Junkies Pod, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. We need your help to get there. I think the tally stands at 426, if I'm not mistaken. So, correct. Podcast Dad, what do our friends need to do out there?
Just tell one person, guys. If you were at a Super Bowl party last night, just tell one person. Tell those friends, hey, come check out these guys. They're having a great time talking wrestling, maybe talking football here in the next couple days, months, weeks, years. But let's just all be kind to each other and bring like-minded people over here, and let's have some fun discussions over here.
Yeah, be kinder than the people inside the Superdome were to Taylor Swift last night. And while you're at it, make sure you follow our friends.
Oh, sorry.
At the Main Event Wrestling Network, at main_event_ on all social media platforms. I believe that we have a main event mixer coming up this weekend before Vengeance Day. Yes, Saturday. So make sure, again, follow on all social media platforms. Podcast Dad, are you going to be in that one?
I cannot make this one, though.
Yeah, as I say, I can't either. But incredible crew here. Live podcast, memes, fan art, blogs, you name it. We have it. Incredible collective of people. Mr. OTM is in the chats right now and says that Taylor Swift deserved the booze. If Kyle could tell us who the panel is going to be for this upcoming weekend in the chats, that would be greatly appreciated. But it's about that time of the year where we got to refresh our merch. GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Remember, promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site wide. Who doesn't love awesome wrestling shit? Will is the fucking man. And go support him over on X at Gorilla Press APP. Podcast Dad, are you sure that you don't want to do like anything before I introduce our guest here? You sure? I really would just prefer to start getting this out of the fucking way.
We'll have time. Let's get to our guests. I'm excited.
I don't like this. I like this is worse. This is arguably worse because now like you're calm, you're coy. It's unsettling.
Let's just let's get to our guest, man. Let's talk some wrestling.
All right. Well, everybody, we are joined tonight by order of the Cult crew. We are talking Lex Gunz, Lucas Laggio, and Deadkid. These guys have been making waves in the wrestling world from backyard wrestling origins to the viral SubwayMania that you saw in the New York Times a couple of years ago. Lex is the dad of the group. Deadkid is one of the most exciting high flyers in the game. And Lucas has this undeniable passion for the art of pro wrestling. We're going to dive into their friendship. We're going to dive into SubwayMania. Without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome them on from left to right. We've got Lucas, Lex, and Deadkid. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Doing well. What up?
Yo. Hello.
Well, no, we're great here. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Deadkid, I know you said before the show that you were a Chiefs fan. Sorry.
I was trolling. I was trolling.
All right. No.
Well, at least we want to have a little bit of sympathy for you. It's.
I just don't like Philly because I'm actually a baseball fan. I just don't like Philly. I'm a Mets
podcast fan. As a baseball guy himself. So
you say Mets fan?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
It's rough.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's just kind of, you guys have been doing so much in the industry right now. I think it combined 28 years of experience between the three of you guys. But let's take it to the Wayback Machine here. Backyard Wrestling Federation days. I know that Lex, you agreed to this while you were drunk. But what is it about the lure of starting a Backyard Wrestling Federation and having it really come full circle now? What was that aha moment that this is a great idea?
I don't know that there was an aha. The aha was I was drunk and I needed some place to spend all this extra energy. We were young and I always loved wrestling, and at the time it was the only outlet of wrestling that I could get. I didn't know that there was wrestling schools that even existed, and his suggestion was let's just do this online, and I absolutely hated that idea. And we went into it and I fell in love, man. Like just fell in love from just the crowd, because we would get crowds in the street watching us wrestle, the little kids coming up to us. Like I fell in, it was everything that I dreamt it would be.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Yeah, it's for the backyard, man. The whole thing I wanted to be different from all the typical backyard stuff that you see, like blood and guts and light bulbs, and like I hate that stuff. And we were different. And to his credit, like we tried to stick to storyline and acting. And at the time, we thought we were hot shit, man. Like this is it. We're superstars. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. But it did teach us a lot. Okay. And now being where we are now, and you said combined 28 years, it taught us so much. I think I learned more from the backyard than any show I go to, because it taught us how to work with the crowd, with a random crowd. It taught us how to work with whatever environment that we're in. Like I could go on and on for days, but it was a beautiful thing. It certainly helped. It helped take us to the next level, believe it or not.
I'm gonna have you keep going on and on for days. What was the greatest rivalry in the Backyard Fed?
We're talking about our specific Fed, or maybe because here's the thing, our group became popular enough that it garnered the attention of other federations, and we ended up winning them, and that kind of sprouted even more rivalries and even more competitors. That's tough. We had
it's a tough question. We had a lot of good
rivalries. If I'm being biased, the feud between him and I spanned from our old federation to the new one. It was so good in the old one that the guys running the new one brought it over, and that lasted throughout the whole year. And it I know a lot of people like to use the term now, long-term booking. We had a lot of people, that watched our stuff. For the minimal people that did, they saw how it built and progressed. And for the ones that do know how it happened between him and I, it was a very beautiful story to tell, because we had a dream in the old Fed to wrestle in a ring together. And then in the new Fed, we got to achieve that dream. And in his final match, we got to wrestle in a ring. That was our first in-ring competition.
My final backyard match.
Yeah. Final backyard match.
And I think that's important, because we say backyard wrestling, but this turned into it grew. And once we joined this other company, we had 3 guys that took over this entire company as the cult. And this became a hybrid of backyard and ring shows, where we had an actual ring with actual professional wrestlers. And some of the people that were in the backyard were actually trained professionally. And so every month we would go have these free ring shows, and we would just go tear it up in the ring, not knowing anything about anything, but just go in and put on the best show that we knew how to. And it ultimately led to a one-on-one match with literally my brother. This is my brother, which is all we ever wanted to do. That's it. When we started this, that's all we ever wanted to do. Let's get to a ring so we can have this match, and it was going to be better than anything you see on WrestleMania or on TV. And you know what? In that moment, to us at least, it was. It definitely was.
Hell yeah.
And then
what
was there too.
Well, actually, Deadkid, I'm going to ask you this one, just because I know that you said, as far as high flyers go, kind of your top 3: Jeff Hardy, RVD, Ricochet. Is there any influence of those 3 in your work, as far as your wrestling style? Take us through kind of the inspiration of what these 3 do for you in your career.
Well, Jeff Hardy is number one for me because only thing because everybody used to jump off their couches and jump off their dresses and stuff like that. And out of my family, we used to do it, but I was the one that was actually doing the flips and stuff off the bed and stuff like that. So when I gained that confidence, that's where I went to the backyard and started doing it with them when they brought me in.
We recruited him because we saw a video of him
and I was
doing swanton bombs off of random shit like in a park off his couch.
I used to do YouTube kind of like Jackass, where I used to do flips off the monkey bars and do a lot of just hurt myself. And I used to only one that's like, and Jeff Hardy was the one that infantry do dumb stuff.
I was so against it. I was like, this dude is fucking crazy. I was like, do not bring this man.
Basically, literally put my body on the line, real Deadkid. And Ricochet is just so crisp. That's why I just want to be like crisp and just so perfect like him, the way he bumps and the way he flips and stuff. So I'm not in gymnastics, but I definitely. And RVD, of course, is RVD.
RVD's the man. We got co-signed to RVD.
We got co-signed by RVD. So I need to wrestle. I'm gonna put all they move set together and make them my own.
Hell yeah.
All right, so I have to ask Lex, as one dad to another, how did you get the moniker, and what does that mean to you in this group?
The dad, I think I gave it to myself because I gotta always watch out for these two fools. And I'm a dad in real life. I'm the only dad here sitting at the table between these guys. So,
we know.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Same.
I mean, it means a lot.
God damn it. Okay.
I take care of them till I can't anymore. And it's a touch of my real life. Like I like taking care of everybody. It's what I do. It's who I am in general. I guess I'm just dad in life.
I can relate. I can relate for sure, Mr. Cincinnati. Yeah, I am the only dad on this podcast that we know of.
You're the only dad. All right. Okay. All right. Guys, let's talk SubwayMania. It's again went viral. New York Times picked this up. Tell us a little bit about Timothy Rivera, how this relationship formed. When you're first hearing about this concept, what were the initial reactions?
Nice and loud. Nice and loud.
I don't know the details. Let me try to see. So this will take place. I met Tim in around 2013, 2014. He liked one of my videos when I did the first time doing the 450 splash. And long story short, he invited me to do his little skits back then, just to be active. Boom. We gained a relationship, just doing little skits for him, helping him out, doing whatever. And long story short, fast forward, he came up with this idea to do SubwayMania with him and his other boy. His name is Debo, and he was The Rock at the time, and Tim was X-Pac. So they did they one-on-one. Well, it was just a promo. They didn't fight on the train. That went viral. Fast forward, he hit me up one day to ask me if I wanted. He hit me up one day saying he wanted to do another SubwayMania. He asked me to be a wrestler, but I denied it. I was like, there's no way that I'm wrestling on the train. Like, I'm not doing that. That's stupid, blah, blah, blah. He can't ask me for months.
If you're from New York, you know why. Like, the train is disgusting.
I'm not wrestling on New York train. I don't like. I respect it at the time. At the time, I always respected him. I was a fan even too. I was always do anything for him, but I was not wrestling on no train.
And we were also training professionals.
And we were training professionals, so I was like, definitely can't not do that.
Oh yeah, we were trained professionally. And the three pros. Hey, too. I want you to come wrestle on the train with a bunch of guys that aren't actually wrestlers, and let's do something. At the time, that was frowned upon.
Yeah.
And he did. What did you do?
Then, so he kept for months. Like he kept asking me. So eventually, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna wrestle, but I'll at least be like a referee or something. I'll do that for you since you keep asking me. I'll do that. He was like, all right, fine. I'll be a ref. I forgot what was the first SubwayMania. They used to call it Subway Slam. before SubwayMania. It used to be called SubwaySlam. The first one we kind of did when we did on live was at Coney Island Beach. And it was like Undertaker. It was Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan in the Coney Island Beach in front of everybody in summertime. And I was the ref. But
is that where Undertaker came out the water?
Undertaker
came out the water. Came out the ocean.
Undertaker came out the ocean. It came out and started and chokeslammed everybody. And then what really went viral is when Undertaker chokeslammed me in the car on the sand. It was live too on Instagram.
That's when you got the itch, right?
That's when I was like, all right.
I went viral. Hold on.
I kind of went, people started liking it. I was like, all right, then maybe we could take this a little further, maybe. Whatever. Then Tim was kind of with it. He was like, all right, let's see what we can do since people like this. Then we sat down one day, started coming up with storylines. And we was really going to take this like we was Vince McMahon and Tony Khan working together. Long-term booking. And stuff like, yeah, and then it just took off. Like
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Very cool. Very cool.
So looking back at that moment, kind of that first, as you said, the Subway Slam, as it was called at the time, did you expect it to get as big as it's gotten? And like looking back at it, look at like have you, the growth that you've seen from it, like zero expectation, just kind of, hey, let's go out there and have some fun. And then now looking at it, it's like huge. How have you handled that? How have you kind of wrapped your mind around that? Like what does that look like for all of you? Like, oh, holy shit, this is actually something big.
He still hasn't wrapped his head.
I still haven't wrapped that. What's going
he
on?
still don't know what's going on. If you tell him, if you can list all the things that we've done because of SubwayMania and in wrestling, and he'll still be like, it's just. And at the end of the day, we are still just us. Like you didn't mention Tim. Tim is all. We're all from the same neighborhood. We're all from here.
When The Rock and Stone Cold and Undertaker started commenting, then I was like, oh, all right,
yeah.
You made it.
Oh, okay.
You got over, kid.
Okay.
You got over.
And everybody started commenting, but yeah, I still haven't wrapped my head.
It is crazy.
It is crazy.
When you look at the scope of it, like, what is it? The Barclays Center. You guys performed, sold out Barclays Center. New York Times picked up the story on all of us. We've done a couple big events out here in the city. You got people like the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, The Rock, Stone Cold, all these GOATs that took notice to SubwayMania, co-signed it, gave us the like, shouted it out, whatever. Booker T, all these people, like, that's crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, we have no idea it was going to be like this
at all. And
whew,
I get it. That's all we ever wanted. That's just you can't write that stuff, man.
And anyone you guys can answer is how, if at all, do you think that SubwayMania has changed how people perceive pro wrestling, especially having it so in your face and in such an unconventional environment?
It was an unexpected like implementation that people knew us so much from SubwayMania when we started, doing our professional shows. At least me personally, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say none of us expected everybody to know us from both platforms. Because there's people that know us in SubwayMania and will be like, hey, that's the guy from the Cult, or that's the Cult, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's people in our professional wrestling shows where they're like, they'll just start chanting SubwayMania.
Yeah, they don't say anything. They're like, SubwayMania, that's it.
There's no, we don't give it away.
Yeah.
We come out as our own characters. We come out as Lucas, Lex, Deadkid. And especially when they see him, knowing the rep, they just start chanting SubwayMania. And I'm talking about this is in shows in Philly, shows in New York, shows in New Jersey, shows anywhere. They know us. And that correlation it was something I when I saw it happening, I was like, wow, okay, this is big. Like SubwayMania is big.
And they wasn't with it either.
Oh yeah, we definitely
I
were
was
with
completely against it.
It was against it.
It was like I said, it was frowned upon, and we were training professionally. Like we took ourselves too serious, right? And we wanted to get to that level. And there was people in the business. I don't need to name names, but they didn't agree with it. It was disrespectful. Sure. You guys going out on trains. You're disrespecting the business. You're disrespecting the characters you're portraying. When it was never about that to us. we got into it after we saw how much it was taking off, and we wanted to support him because he was having fun. And we're like brothers at the end of the day. If he's gonna do something, I'm gonna go and do it. That's it. And it started taking off, and I looked at it. We're not disrespecting the business. We're entertaining people, which is the number one thing you do in this business. And I felt like we were paying homage to the people that we are portraying. If I'm going to portray this character, if I'm Bubba Ray Dudley, I'm going to be him to the best of my ability so that I don't disrespect Bubba Ray Dudley.
Right.
If I'm playing Paul Bearer, I'm going to be him to the best ability so that I don't disrespect Paul Bearer. It was never nothing to disrespect the business. And slowly but surely, it started, like, people started accepting it. And the same people that didn't want us doing SubwayMania are the same people that invited us back to perform as SubwayMania. It's crazy how that happens.
All right, let's by order of the cult, let's talk about a little bit about that. Each of you kind of bring something different to the group. Real quick, could all three of you kind of say, hey, this is what I contribute to the group. And then second part to that is a family-friendly show. Is there anything you can tell me behind the scenes? Any fun stories that you guys have had?
Too many. Okay, I guess I'll start with my my functionality with the cult. So with me, I would say that I'm the guy that is probably, out of all three of us, when you look at us, I'm going to be the most gimmicky, right? I'm going to be the guy that's playing this very, very manipulative cult leader, like dark, sinister, yet charming character. So you'll really, when you see me visually and when you see me portray the character, you'll start to gauge like, okay, these guys are a psychopath and this guy is an absolute, he's crazy. This guy is off his wire. But at the same time, it's enticing. And I get that validation that I'm doing the character right, because after the show, despite whether I'm a good guy or I'm a bad guy, people come up to us and they want to meet this cult guy, this cult leader. They're just like, and they'll literally ask for masks, and they'll literally ask for like how to be like invited in to a real cult.
Oh yeah,
like legitimately. Like legit.
We've had people bow down to us like this.
Yeah, like people will bow down to us. People will like message us and be like, "How do I join? Like my life is not good." And, like, it's insane. But at least from my perspective, I think you get that invitation. Like, okay, these guys are a real cult, right? I think I bring the character to it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's how I.
I guess for me, I kind of bring the. I guess I'm the attitude of the group. I'm the pit bull of the group. Oh, yeah. So it's like, I don't know if that has anything to do with me being kind of the shortest one in the group. Maybe it does.
He's short-tempered.
Yeah, short-tempered. But that's me. One I'm kind of just in your face, take no prisoners kind of thing. Like I don't do shit. And I guess you could say the powerhouse of the group too. I'm the hey, we have a home.
It's good to have.
What do you know what you are?
What are you?
He's in the number.
No, I'm the silent but deadly one.
You're a fart.
Okay.
He's fart.
I'm a fart.
He's the guy we take him to shows and he says nothing, sits in a corner on his phone, performs, and everybody wants to be him. That's it. Okay. He'll start flying off the rope, he'll start flipping, he'll start putting his body on the line, and the next thing you know, nobody's leaving that arena or wherever we are without saying hi to him, taking a picture with him.
He's our diamond. I think I said before. Yeah. He's like this is our main event guy, believe it or not.
For sure.
If we need something done to a certain level, throw Deadkid in there. Mm-hmm. Literally throw him in there.
When we need to start a match high and we need to kind of like get it going up, we just start with him. Yeah. We're just like, all right, so you're just basically going to do this. You're, then probably break a bone, but you're fine.
Flip, get injured, and they take him.
Yeah. You want to tell them what you said? Ironically?
Oh, and I'm scared of heights.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. So they straight up Michael Hayes you. They just say, "Hey, go jump off of that." That'd be cool.
Pretty much. I've never heard him say no. He's
Go
never
get over
said no.
it. Get over it, kid.
I'll be scared, but I'll be like, all right, let's go.
Or can I get one appropriate behind the scenes story? Any fun stories?
Like of all time or just professionally?
You pick. That's your interview. You get yourself over.
It's been a
This is the most tame that we can be. Like,
It's
been a roller coaster. Behind the scenes.
when it's titles.
I'll say
We hate each other.
I mean, I don't know if this counts, but every show we go to, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to keep this family friendly. I don't want to sound like that guy or showboat or egotistical or anything like that. I don't know why, but every show we go to, that locker room just gravitates towards us. I'm talking from all parts of life. People I have never seen in my people I never thought I'd meet. They just gravitate towards us.
he don't mean just the locker room. We're talking about a lot of people outside that locker room too.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we're a variety pack here, right?
Yeah.
You got the black dude, you got whoever you are, you got the Spanish dude. And a lot of people want to experience this
three different cultures
in a lot of different ways. And that's probably
they just get that curiosity. And like I'm not very approachable because I'm usually just always in full gimmick and I look like I hate the world. He's usually just staring out the window. That's Deadkid. But then they find the reason to approach us because he's so just
he's just
bubbly
the people person.
Yeah. He's the social, he's the guy. And then they come up to us and they get three different parts of life and they're just like, okay, now my curiosity is piqued. And then the word spreads and then they all just start coming to us and then they just and we're just there just chilling.
Want to wrestle? Just chilling.
I just came from a hot dog in my handshake.
Yeah, I just came from a hot dog in my handshake.
That's as appropriate as we could get.
Yeah,
it gets
fine.
That's
hey, that's fair. That's
we'll have an uncensored one here soon when you guys come back.
Yeah, but gentlemen, as we kind of wrap up here, we're gonna do a little bit of a rapid fire for all three of you. Essentially, we want your favorite wrestling moment, whether it's your in-ring career or just being a fan. Dream opponent. I think Deadkid has already given some of his away. And then one question we ask every guest on our show: who is Mr. WrestleMania? Is it HBK or is it Taker? So Deadkid, we'll start with you.
HBK.
Wait, who you starting with?
HBK. That's it.
Yeah. So Deadkid.
There's no Undertaker. What? Oh, shit.
Who's your dream opponent?
Rhea Ripley.
Same.
Rhea Ripley.
It's that same.
Thank you. That's it.
She gonna pin you and everything.
All right.
Legs behind your neck.
Yes.
So you're gonna get me in trouble. I might put myself on real quick.
What's your favorite wrestling moment?
My wrestling moment. I ain't gonna lie. Going to NXT going to XT. She and Sasha was amazing.
Oh,
Nice.
That was fun.
Nice.
We got to see that.
Good answer.
You're not live.
People were hugging people. Like we hugged each
We
other.
hugged each other. And I hate him.
The end of the
That means a lot.
match.
After that match.
I don't know why. I've never had a match bring that out.
Or can I say one more? Seeing Roman Reigns' entrance live.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
Different.
No, it's an experience. Yeah.
Or the tribal chief or the big dog?
Tribal Chief.
The big
I don't know. There's some big dog stands out there. I know. I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
I am declared
The
Royal
big
Rumble
dog
match.
was trash.
There's a double stocking.
That was a lot of pressure for him.
Yeah, poor Roman. No, he's making the big thing. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Show us all love.
You want
Yeah, he's all right.
favorite wrestling moment? I'm gonna be corny and just say that anytime we get to go out there and do this, like we always have this crazy pressure on ourselves. Like, all right, this is the one. This is the one. Every match, like, all right, this is the one. This is the one. So I think that's healthy. It used to scare me, but now I'm like, no, that just means we love this so much, bro. Like, I can't pick a favorite because every time we go out there, it's like brand new again. And I feel like we're proving ourselves every time, even though we've been doing this now for a while. Sometimes I got to snap myself out of that. And every time we go out there is special to me. So my favorite moment is the ones that we haven't even made yet, and the ones that we will. Dream opponents. I don't have any dream opponent. Just put me out there, bro. Just get me out there. Get me in the ring. As long as I keep doing this, especially being a dad, where it's hard to manage my time. Anytime I get to go out there and show my little girl what I'm doing, that I can do this, that it's possible for her to do this or anything else that she wants, I'm good with it. What was the other question?
Hell yeah.
Mr. WrestleMania.
Who's Mr. WrestleMania?
Undertaker. It's definitely Undertaker.
All right, so we're split. We're split.
Yeah, it's 2 versus 2. No pressure.
He's gonna say Triple H. I mean,
I'm gonna say Trish.
Trish.
All right, for me, my favorite wrestling moment. I mean, I definitely agree with him, but if I had to pick my standout moment, again, just me being biased here, just for the sake of the emotions that went into it and the way we were able to just grab everybody's emotions and attention the way that we wanted successfully at such a young age, was after the match between him and I in the ring. It was a surreal moment to just like look at him across the ring, like after we had just finished this match that really had people on their feet. And so the match gimmick was that he was going to leave the company after I beat him, right? So I wasn't really going to wrestle with him for a very long time if we were going to go professional at that point. And it kind of set in the moment, and I broke character, and we kind of just shed a tear, and we hugged in the ring. And I'm not joking when I say that entire room was crying. That entire wrestling school was crying, and people were on their feet clapping. And that for me was just a moment.
There's like 50 people there.
That's big. No, there was more. There was more.
Yeah,
there was
more.
70, 75.
They were all crying.
Like we really had them, and it was a real moment. Like it was something we were able to translate in the ring to the people watching. That's the most important thing to me. It's not about the flip flops and everything. It's about translating my story to you guys. And if I can get that emotion out of you, which I did with him when we had no experience professionally, that was incredible for me. That was incredible. Dream opponent.
Damn. Same.
No. I love the those kinds of matches and rivalries and feuds where you can really accentuate your character and just be so gimmicky and over the top that it's like, what are these guys doing? But then you look at it from another perspective and you're like, this is crazy cool. It could be cliche, but for me, rest his soul, match with Bray would have just been, oh my God. Just the things I feel like I would have been able to do with him like from a static standpoint, because everything he did with the Firefly Funhouse and how he transitioned into the original Wyatt family, that was all in my brain. I swear to you, I didn't have a platform to show it, but it was in my brain. Like the way he was doing it, I was like, this guy is a genius, and it validated my thoughts. Like, I'm not crazy when I think that this can work in wrestling, and he did it.
Sure.
And everybody loved him. So yeah, that would be my number one choice.
Nice.
I don't know, Mr. WrestleMania.
HBK. Thank you.
100% Shawn Michaels. 100%.
There we go.
Let's just say,
can't win them all today, Chris.
We were in the ring together. That match. Woo.
Oh my.
No, I'm talking about the tag team.
Wait, what? We don't know. That never happened. We don't know.
It didn't happen.
That
didn't happen.
Never happened.
No.
We have all agreed as a wrestling community to forget that match.
Just
The only way you could have seen that match was on the WWE network. It's gone.
It's gone forever.
Match is great.
It's gone forever.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Before we let you go, where can everybody find you on social media? What do you have coming up? This is your opportunity. Tell everybody what's going on.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, social media on Instagram at By Order of the Cult. You can add me personally, Suntan Superman 93. Yours is
Add me personally at Funny Guy Mahdi, which is MAHDI, because I'm the funniest guy in the world.
Okay.
And yours is
Dead_kid_ on Instagram. Also make music too. Spotify, Deadkid.
Yeah. So you can follow us there, and the things coming up, we'll post them there. I know we got something coming up with One Division Pro Wrestling soon.
Nice.
You'll probably catch us there. It's interesting there. It's a little bit of a spoiler. There's no tag division there.
Yeah. You guys got reunion coming up on the 23rd too. 60-minute Iron Man match between Person and Hyena Hex should be a hell of a main event there.
For sure.
Hell yeah, love it. Well, Lex, Deadkid, Lucas, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hope to have you back on soon. Good luck with 2025.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Y'all take care. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you again to Lex, Lucas, and Deadkid by order of the Cult. Dude, it's episode 296 of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Can you believe that?
I know. One of my AirPods went out. Let's see if it's better now. I fixed my audio.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but hey, go with it, right?
It's one of them days, my friend.
It is.
Yeah, and Mr. Ramsey says Eagles, huh? And he's been really fucking quiet tonight too. So,
what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about here. What do you?
I kicked my webcam. God, hold on. I kicked a wire. Vamp for me real quick, please.
Well, Mr. Ramsey, he's been actually really, really quiet for most of this show here, but I'm sure that his shittier side's going to come out sooner or later. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Remember, follow us on X at Junkies Pod, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and we need your help to get there. We're at 426 right now. So what the fuck was that? Podcast Dad's having a day. I thought the same thing. I don't. Oh, this motherfucker worked. I think he worked this. Yeah. Nope. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I fucking
My goodness.
You happy?
Mr. Cincinnati, when you woke up this morning, didn't that orange juice that you tasted, wasn't it just that much sweeter? Didn't the birds you hear sound that much better as they tweeted on a lovely, lovely sunny morning? Because not only did you wake up in a world where the Kansas City Chiefs are no longer the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions? No. You woke up to a world where the Philadelphia Eagles kicked the ever-loving piss out of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift. Goodbye. Welcome to the new era of the NFL because Jalen Hurts, 26 years old. Saquon Barkley, 2 more years. Offensive line locked up for another 3 to 4 years. Nick Sirianni's not going anywhere. He's not going away. The 2 receivers on the outside, what a deal they look like, don't they? And that defense, second youngest defense in the league.
Shit, even special teams. I mean, fuck.
Mr. Cincinnati, we might have to rename this podcast. We might have to change my name to Mr. Philadelphia because all you're going to see is championships coming through. That now is 2 in 7 years, and they've been to 3 in 7 years.
You're punching the heavy bag today, bud. Let's not.
Kyle, put it down. Put it down because for the next 365 days, the Philadelphia Eagles are your world champions. And I will be here every day to remind you of that.
If Hugo Ramsey is still watching and wants a job on the Wrestling Junkies podcast, slide into my DMs. Time to talk SmackDown. Can we do that now?
You know, SmackDown was, who was in the main event? Somebody that finished their story. And you know who else finished their story? The Philadelphia Eagles when they won the Super Bowl because they dethroned the tribal chief. And they didn't need all the help, did they? No, they did not need all that help. They just went out there and put them down. Put them down like the dogs that they were. Did you enjoy the game? Did you make any money?
I did not.
It doesn't matter if you enjoyed the game because you watched the game, didn't you? And you know that this is the future, don't you?
I did watch the game. Yeah,
they're not going away, Mr. Cincinnati. They're not going away, and neither am I. So get ready. Get ready. Saquon Barkley will soon be tattooed on my back to immortalize another Super Bowl victory. That's 2 now. Catch up.
Oh, I get it.
Catch up.
I know. You done? SmackDown is in the books. I want to talk about Street Profits for a little bit. Okay. Well, I don't appreciate this either. This.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's talk. Here, I'll move the mic.
Street Profits standing on business, essentially explaining their actions for taking out Ciampa and Gargano during the 2 out of 3 falls match at the Royal Rumble, setting up what seems to be a triple threat of some sorts, maybe a fatal 4-way if we get pretty deadly in there. But this is the spark that we've been waiting for from Dawkins and Ford for a while now. I know that we're still kind of at the beginning of this, but I think that this is how you get back on track with turning them into singles acts.
Well, and, Pretty Deadly got a big win on Friday as well. So
they did.
Let's get the gears moving. I think we're going to end up getting a 4-way, maybe at Mania. Maybe, we see a title change in there at some point. But I think that's the direction they're going. Can they get 2 more teams in there to make it a little bit crazier? I don't know. We've seen WrestleMania have those 4-way tag matches. So I'm okay with the direction right now. You're highlighting your tag division with a lot of good teams in there. About time.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the right time for these guys. I think we were a little worried about with Machine Guns coming in, kind of where they were going to be. And they're airing some very real feeling frustration about, again, they haven't had tag team gold in several years now. And I think that we thought they were onto something with the Bobby Lashley story, and that kind of fizzled out. And they've just really kind of been on the back burner here as we kind of heat up this tag team division. But Street Profits are too damn good to be denied for too much longer.
I'm going to put this world title down, but the Eagles will
do
not.
What you have to do.
But I want no sass from you. No sass from you.
What sass?
No sass from you. This is my day.
What sass?
No sass from you. This is my day. The chain stays, though. The chain is the good luck. What was the question?
Well, you have to be fucking kidding me.
You knew this was coming. Come on.
I know, but you can at least, okay. I thought
what I don't like?
Listening. You know what? Okay.
You know what I don't like?
What?
Are we getting Cody and Solo again?
Unfortunately, we are. Fuck that.
Is that what's happening?
That
can't happen again, right?
I don't even know why you tease it, because what do? You do it at Elimination Chamber. Like, I feel like because Cody was featured at the Rumble, had the ladder match, Gunther needs to be heated up ahead of WrestleMania. He's the one that needs something to do. Cody Rhodes does not need to work Elimination Chamber for that show to be good. It just doesn't need to happen. And if they're gonna force us to watch Cody versus Solo again, it's one of the I'm not necessarily saying give up on the Solo Sikoa experiment. He's not. I don't think that it has turned out the way that they wanted it to. Jacob Fatu is kind of. I think he is kind of what they were hoping that Solo would be, and now that it's abundantly clear now. I don't need another Cody versus Solo WWE title match. It just what sense does it make? I mean, Solo is coming off of losing the Bloodline Rules match, and that story seems to be over for now. Where does he get off thinking that he is entitled to a title shot? I mean, had he beat Roman, Sure, right? We could have the conversation about that, but
Well, maybe that's the story. I mean, nothing's been confirmed, so maybe that's the
It's
story
not.
they're going to tell with Jacob Fatu. Like, hey, you don't get to just come back and do this. Like, nothing's confirmed yet. So let's just wait before we jump to conclusions. I hope. We'll see, man. I don't love it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody wants to really see it, but
Yeah.
we're on for that ride.
Yeah.
Those releases make a little bit more sense now,
they do.
especially with AEW having 3 people off their roster as of today.
Yep.
Do you think we see all 3 return? Or not return? I guess Ricky Starks.
So I mean, we're talking
returning.
Starks, Miro, and Malachi, correct? Just those 3, I think, are the only 3 that we're kind of talking about here.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why you don't. I mean, we saw how well Malachi Black fared in WWE in NXT. Ricky Starks is a guy that, especially if we're thinking that Ethan Page gets, roster call up and waiting to see kind of what happens with any creative that may involve him and Josh Alexander. Ricky Starks could easily be that next Ethan Page guy where AEW star comes over, instant NXT jetpack is strapped to you, take that ball, run with it, never look back. I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Ricky fucking Starks.
Yeah, and the relationship with Cody doesn't hurt. Cody's going to put in a good word for him. I think Malachi, Alistair, whatever we want to call him, was a project for Triple H. Triple H signed him. I think that he's gonna be excited about that. Miro's the only one I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does next. I don't know if age is a factor with him. I know I don't know. I don't know what's next for Miro. Does he fit in this WWE? I mean, sure, but I could see him coming in and kind of being. Yeah. I could see him coming in and kind of being what Andrade's been, like just kind of there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
But he's not somebody that I think any of us are thinking, he's definitely going to get a program with Cody or any other, insert world champion here anytime soon. Like, I just don't think that is his ceiling. But another dominant U.S. title run or another dominant Intercontinental title run, I'm good with that. I mean, that was fucking special.
I could see him go to TNA. He could be a big star in TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, and they have that relationship. He could show up in NXT or whatever, but I could see him doing stuff in TNA. Hey, we're the chips are gonna fall where they may. Sucks the people that were released.
Yeah.
Hopefully all of them find spots. I don't know if any of them are AEW bound. None of them really jumped off the list for me.
No, but I could see a lot of those names in TNA. I mean, which is, and I think that's another benefit to this working relationship they have now is that, here is an opportunity for people to go learn a new hold and see what value they can create for themselves. They're still kind of tangentially in that WWE orbit to where they can do some stuff. But yeah, no, it's the landscape right now is really exciting. There are people that we've wanted to kind of see have these breakout moments, and this is the right time for them, especially like an Isla Dawn. We know how incredibly talented she is. This could also benefit Alba Fire as well, because everybody's been clamoring for Kaylee Ray to return for ages now. Here's the chance to do it. It's never great, and we're not advocating for people to lose their jobs, but it's a great time for the professional wrestling industry. That I think all of them are going to be awesome.
Money to be made,
for sure.
I think they're going to miss not hitting on Giovanni Vinci. I think he could have been something.
That one, yeah,
I feel like he could have been.
That's just a puzzle. I don't understand why they did what they did there.
I don't either. Like, I feel like I don't know why they broke up Imperium. It doesn't really make a ton of sense. But that's just me. Monday Night Raw tonight.
Mysterio, Logan Paul.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You're the lineup guy tonight. No. I'll sit back and listen.
Logan Paul, Rey Mysterio, Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I think Logan likely gets that win there. First match, Netflix era.
Unfortunately,
it's been a while. Yeah. We've also got Lyra Valkyria and Bailey. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. This is an interesting one here. I would like to see both of them in this match, but it is probably Bailey's moment. Lyra's, doing her own thing with the Intercontinental title program. I really want to see these belts.
Is she doing anything? That's the issue that I'm having with, especially this one. They're not doing much with it.
Well, that's what I was gonna get ready to say. I really want to see these titles have some involvement at WrestleMania. I know that yes, these are shorter cards now, but it's 2 nights. These are brand new belts, and I said this at the Rumble is that they need some shine there too. Seemed like we were going to get perhaps an Ivy Nile program with the Rumble elimination there, but who knows? But I would like to see something for them. But yeah, Bailey does probably get the win here, at least to challenge for the world title.
And Bailey, extremely busy this week. She is on Raw. She is on NXT. She's doing the celebrity basketball game for the NBA. And then she is on Heatwave. I think she's on SmackDown too.
Yeah.
Or not Heatwave. What did I say? Heatwave.
Vengeance Day.
Sorry, I was up late last night, partying, celebrating a world champion. Something you, my friend, don't know anything about quite yet, but you'll get there. CM Punk is also live, and then we have. I'll take over. Let the champion take over. We also have Dakota Kai is back, which kind of makes me a little nervous because she is teaming with Io Sky to take on Liv and Raquel. I really don't want Io to fall back into the tag division. I'm a little nervous about that.
Didn't she already qualify? No. Oh wait, no, she hasn't. So I think so far only Liv and Bianca have qualified.
Well, Liv beat Io last week.
Okay, got it.
Remember, Rhea got involved, and we were all like, oh.
"That's right, yeah." The shitty DQ finish.
And then they teased something with Io, like,
yeah.
I don't want Io back in the tag division. That's just me.
No, I get it.
Yeah. You doing all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm tired. Ready to get some dinner.
Oh,
ready for Monday Night Raw. Got about 40 minutes.
You're tired. You're gonna be real tired in the next couple months. My shirt will be here tomorrow, by the way.
I am already fucking done with you.
My shirt will be here tomorrow. The hat's on order. Towel. The Jalen Hurts jersey is on its way with another Super Bowl patch. I'll just add that to the collection. What else? I'm sure when the Blu-ray is released, I'll go ahead and get a copy of that. I got a plaque from the Eagles' last one. Probably get another one for that one. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear so much more great content. It's going to be a hell of an offseason. Eagles got to figure out who they're going to pick with the 32nd pick. So, here we are again.
Oh, I got nothing else.
And that is my bell right there if you hear my child out there.
Well, that is going to do it for us. Join us. We got a hell of a week coming up. We're going to be dropping After the Empire as well as Coastal Countdown, breaking everything related to Coastal Empire Wrestling. Give them a follow on X at CEW Savannah. We have got our friends from CCP Podcasting coming on this Wednesday. 12th coming up. Don't want to miss that collab there. No. I think that's all I've got in the way of announcements. Podcast Dad, good to see you. Aaron Wade is still TWE champion. And it just doesn't sit well with me. Now,
sorry, I'm on mute. It's gross.
That's the Podcast Dad. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. It's been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. See you guys tomorrow.